This is a story of boy meets girl, but you should know up front, this is not a love story.
You about to check out Hunter Avallone. Yeah, that's his name. That's his name. He's checking out the Whatever podcast, and he's talking a bunch of crap. I think Officer Tatum as well is on the episode that he's reacting to, and you know he's going to say some foolishness. Now, I'm not a big fan of the Whatever podcast. When it comes to the red pill content, I'm kind of red pilled out, right? And I'm talking about more so the podcast format, having a bunch of girls there and talking about a bunch of the obvious stuff that for some weird reason these women don't know. It's just weird. At first it was intriguing. Now I was like, okay, can I get something else? Do other type of content? Nah, this is what's getting the views. Get your money, man. Get your money. But I'm not going to say anything, I guess, in a negative light about a channel who is trying to make men better. I just don't like the content per se that much because I'm bored with the content. Just Probably Things does the same thing. Fresh and Fit does the same thing. You know, plethora of other copycat channels that are horrible, right? But I would like to see whatever else the Whatever podcast has. But I don't think they deserve any like hate. The Fresh and Fit beef with them was pretty entertaining though. Go and check out the video I did on that. Let's see what Hunter Avallone has to say about him.
It's not hypothetical. It's not like she put a hyphen on it. She is by law legally, her driver's license, her passport says Tatum. She's officially a part of my family.
Right. But here's the thing. There are women who will go through all those steps. They'll change their last name. Mm-hmm. There's the marriage certificate, etc. And divorce still happens.
The thing that Brian is missing here so massively is why do divorces happen? A lot of the times women initiate divorce because they don't feel emotionally supported. And why is this? This is because men oftentimes, unfortunately, are socialized not to express very many emotions.
Yeah, tell us why your wife left you.
And if they do, it's kind of seen as a weak thing. So men hardly have a good understanding of themselves emotionally. It's going to be incredibly difficult for them to have a good emotional...
Speak for yourself, dude. What's wrong with this man? I'm very emotionally in tune with myself, bro. I'm very, what's the word for it? You can say emotionally strong, but yeah, I handle my emotions pretty well, right? Like any female who even had a conversation with me would be able to tell that. You, on the other hand, that's over here just going crazy and spazzing and losing your mind, right? Whenever someone disagrees with you, on the other hand, you are a clear sign of someone that doesn't know how to handle or manage their emotions, which is probably why your girl left you. So speak for yourself.
Connection and give
one that got divorced
support to a woman. They can't even give that to themselves yet. Okay. So there you go. Now you know.
So men don't give emotional. Whoa, okay.
Now you know what you can work on to change.
Okay.
Here with Brandon Tatum, also known as Officer Tatum. He's like a black conservative. Is he with PragerU? I don't think he's with PragerU, but he's been on PragerU before. Does a lot of stuff in the same kind of Candace Owens circles type thing. Anyway, he went on the Whatever podcast recently, and I was surprised to see that he actually ended up getting in a debate with one of the hosts. And I am really, really curious about what is going to be said here and how they're going to disagree. So it's Tatum Officer versus Brian, heated debate on marriage.
Well, you probably don't want to know my take on marriage. So that's the other thing.
For you saying that, meaning that I think you're not favorable to me.
Yeah, he is wearing a shirt that says Jesus saves, by the way.
What's wrong with that?
Jesus save me from whatever I'm about to expose myself to.
You open your heart and stop trying to use Jesus as a way for your corny jokes. And actually let him in. Yeah. Yes, Jesus can save you. 100%. But of course, Hunter Avallone didn't mean that. He just wants to make mockery out of religion. So
those are the risk factors.
Yeah. Look, I don't have anything wrong from when it comes to marriage from a religious perspective. I'm not like fervently like anti-marriage in the sense that I'm openly like, I try to think I'm a pretty reasonable person, but I'm not like antagonistic with it. I've looked at the risk factors, like you said, and me personally, I don't want to get married. That I think could be for some women kind of, I don't know. Now I
understand. For me, I'm okay with the partnership, the long lasting partnership and relationship. It's the government and people being in my ish is what I have a problem with when it comes to getting, I guess, the contract signed for marriage. I don't like that. I don't like the business aspect of marriage. Other than that, as far as a long-term partnership, yeah, I'm with that.
But here's the thing: like, I could have a long-term monogamous relationship with a woman, life partner.
No, but you always have an out. You always have an out. You don't have to make an ultimate commitment.
Yeah, that's the thing. Without marriage, like,
people get divorced all the time, though.
Go.
You can,
what is it?
So in marriage, you can just go to.
They think a ring is what makes someone stay. Whoa. Then clearly everyone at this table that agrees with that, there's a certain level of insecurity. Is that the only reason why you proposed? Or did the marriage so you knew the other person wouldn't leave? No. If you can't get somebody to commit to you without a ring, then there's an issue, right? You should be well committed before marriage was even thought of, right? But if you can't do that, then that's the issue that you should be discussing. I don't like them trying to pressure this host.
Financially,
I agree with the process.
Right.
But you get but the being fucked financially in the process is an incentive to stay, but not a good incentive to stay, at least. So if these girls are going to take the approach that, oh, well, it does help you stay because then you'll be fucked financially. I don't think that's a very good argument.
Right. But you get married to stay.
That's
how marriage works?
Forever. Don't you think you're limiting your pool? You're limiting your pool because you're not. I mean, most women, it sounds like you want a self-respecting woman, like high value, all these things. Don't you think most of those women would want to be married? So you're limiting.
I want a woman.
So you should do things based off of what the woman that you want to be with wants. Wouldn't that be like not conducive with who you are and who you want to be in life? That's crazy. I hope he's able to defend her, which you don't have to defend, but at least able to argue that. That sounds dumb. And it reeks of insecurity.
And who realizes, I want a woman who realizes that in this current social climate, in this in this social climate, when it comes to the court system, we don't need to get the state involved in our.
I ain't gonna front. This make me want to watch him a little bit more because he's cooking. He's saying what I've been saying for years, right? So I might actually start watching him a little bit more, right? I'll watch this type of discussion for sure. This seems a little bit different. Maybe I prejudged them from the 100 videos I've watched that was exactly the same. But seems like they're mixing it up, right? I don't know if it's just because Officer Tatum is there, but this is a good conversation. I need him to cook more, though. I need you a little too passive. Cook a little bit more, bro.
Relationship.
But the truth
I love.
They sound.
So why don't you you should marry Pearl.
You love me. We don't need
mad because he doesn't want to get married.
The truly feminine would want, like the nature of femininity would want that protection.
The nature.
I feel like you want a feminine girl.
I do like feminine women, but I don't need. I'm protecting us from the state, babe.
Yeah.
But very true. I'll tell you this: as a married man, that one of the greatest things I ever did.
I don't think the state is like this big bad evil boogeyman either. People always make it out to be that way, but it's really not like that. Even with the marriage thing. I mean, especially if you don't have kids, you don't even have to split all your assets. It's only the assets that you've acquired during the course of your marriage. I feel like they don't really go in depth much and they kind of just like assume that the court system's you over and then they just roll with it.
My life was get married.
When you're a man, they do. A lot of the time, if not majority, they do.
I have been more productive. I've had more
especially if there's kids.
I mean, it is the greatest decision a man can ever make. It's the biggest and greatest investment that you make in the rest of your life.
You can do that without a ring, bro. Like, what can you ask Officer Tatum, why is a ring, or not even just a ring? Why is the paperwork? Because you can do the ring without the actual marriage. Why is the paperwork necessary? That's what I want to know. Because you can do everything that you're saying without that, bro.
Like now, if you're a man with integrity and you're ready and you do your homework and you're willing to pursue.
Yeah, but see what Tatum is saying is also too simplified because you can have that in a marriage, in a relationship or whatever, but it has to be with the right person. Hunter Divorce Wisdom. That's right, dude. Yo, never get married, man. Karen took the kids.
Even when it gets tough, you get
you to Karen in that relationship, by the way. The kid, especially if the son, has more of a chance of being a man nowhere near your soft ass. You a sucker.
get married, you make a commitment for
you
life.
Need to go to one
Me
of these
and my wife
podcasts.
are committed for life. Us getting a divorce is not in the equation. And I think,
why do you need to be married to be committed for life? That you're not explaining that. None of them are explaining that.
Because both of us are both mature enough and willing to work through it. It's not perfect. Sometimes we argue. Sometimes you get on my nerves.
You're not hearing him.
Day, you don't quit and give up because you got on my nerves one.
You're not hearing him at all. That's you talking about something that's not applying to what he's saying at all.
We made a commitment before God. We made a commitment, and it's on record. And it's not. It wouldn't behoove me to not put my best effort into it because I got a lot on the line. When you have skin in the game, you're more willing to do more in a relationship than you are.
Crazy. No, that's an issue. That is an issue. If you're not putting in work now, what? That's like saying, well, I don't want to be a YouTuber until I get paid. Once I, have skin in the game, then you might never get to that point. Right? Which means you would never do. That sounds stupid. It sounds dumb. Just do it. Right? If you're not being loyal and acting the way that you would during marriage, before marriage, then why would you get married? That sounds stupid. You had to be tricked to do the right thing. Kind of got to be like almost blackmailed or bullied into doing the right thing. That sounds crazy to me. I'm gonna disagree with Officer Tatum and all of these ladies. Actually, if you don't have skin in the game, and you could just walk away at any time.
But that.
I agree with him there as well, that like, obviously it's important to be putting work and effort into the relationship. But like, if you've consistently tried to do that for a long, long time and it's not working, then I don't know if the mindset that like divorce is never an option. It could be like the absolute worst option, maybe. But I mean, if you're working and working and working and doing everything you can and it's not getting better, then like it is possible that you're just not right for each other.
Given how frequently there's divorce, it's not clear to me that marriage precludes people from, because the divorce exists.
Well, you need to look at divorce in segmentation, right?
You changing the argument. It's not about divorce.
Are you talking about people who come together that are equally yoked? Are you talking about people who are Christians? Are you talking about people who get married young? Are you talking about people who get married old? People getting married with children involved? Yeah, there's so many different variations that may not even pertain to somebody like you. You may not be in the realm of the divorce. There's a lot of people that get divorced for a lot of reasons. That may not be your reason.
He might not be in the realm of getting married. How about that? Like, what the hell's wrong with these people? Like, I've never seen more of a group of people trying to convince, damn near force someone that they need to be married. Like, nigga, he said it's not for him. But he said he's okay with a long, lifelong lasting relationship with someone you trust. All the things without the actual technicality of having paperwork. What's so hard to understand about that? Like, that's what sounds crazy to me, is like, Officer Tatum is describing a bunch of things and that's beneficial. Also describing in a way that he was almost blackmailed into doing the right thing. But you don't understand that this guy is saying that he wants the same thing, but without the paperwork. Oh, that's crazy to me. It's like they hearing what they want to hear. And I hate that. It's like when people don't listen to actually like receive the information and they more listen just to respond. I hate that. It's like they already have an argument in their head.
I think I'm the guy, to be honest, I've thought about this, and this is kind of, I don't know if this is almost like morbidly sad or whatever. I feel like if I were to get married, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of the dude that gets divorced. I'm the type of dude, I'm just,
at least he's aware about it.
And it's like brutal. It's brutal self-assessment and self-reflection. I just feel as if, like, not all of us can be Brandon Tatum. Like, you're like, cause I'm kind of like class.
All right. Now I remember why I really don't watch whatever podcast. I agree with what this guy was saying, what his overall point is. He just don't know how to convey his point. He don't know how to debate his point. He don't know how to argue his points. And going into compliment station is not actually conveying what you are trying to say. I understand what he's saying. It don't seem like this guy knows how to say what he's saying. right? The host, right? Which means it's like almost as if you got Jedi mind tricked into arguing about divorce when that wasn't the damn debate. It was marriage, not the divorce, the marriage aspect.
I feel like I'm watching like a scene out of Friends without the laugh track right now. This is such an uncomfortable dynamic going on here. Not everyone is like, oh man, like you, Tatum.
Guy, you're like
that was
Tatum.
weird.
Like you're like, cause I'm kind of like the class clown guy. You're like you're masculine. You're tall. I mean, how tall are you?
6'2".
That got nothing to do with nothing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. All right. Now I was going to start watching the whatever podcast again. Nah, now I'm not. If this is what it is, you can't even argue your point and you go straight into. No, I ain't going to try to disrespect him. I was going to go in. No, fuck. You go straight into meat rotting? Like, come on, man. And I like Officer Tatum, right? I give him his criticism. Sometimes he be wilding. Like right now, I disagree with him completely, because I think he's not receiving the information. But, fam, you come on, man. You're not even arguing. You just
60. Okay, I'm 60.
Complimenting. Honestly, not going so far. My parents been in a relationship for 45 years. They just got married this year with 3 kids, and they have never like divorced. Well, not divorced because they can't, but they were together. So I agree. Like, you don't have to get married, but I don't know if you marry someone.
I just have this like this. What's that? Have you seen Minority Report with Tom Cruise? Yeah. What was it called? The things that could see the future. Premonitions.
Yeah.
I have a premonition. If I were to get married, she's divorcing me. I don't know. I'm not going to get divorced.
But why? But why? Huh?
Well, for one, he's insecure. If that's not blatantly obvious. Him naming or saying how Officer Tatum is so manly and he's the class clown had nothing to do with nothing. So that just showed that he was just insecure. And that's a dumb reason to not be married. I go with your original of I believe that you can form that type of bond of a marriage without the actual paperwork. But what he's saying now just seems like he let them Jedi mind trick him into arguing about something that's not even worth arguing about. It's just weird. It's really weird. Hit the like button, guys. Also subscribe if you haven't, or follow whichever you see on the screen.
No, this is
no, she divorces me.
Oh,
yeah,
that's how it is. Women divorce men.
The reason that you're doing this, the reason
I'm not going to divorce.
Yo, that nigga need a hug. This nigga need a hug, fam. He need a hug. What is he? He is like the male version of Just Pearly Things. Whoa. Well, it makes sense now. He is the male version of Just Pearly. He need a hug. He need to learn how to deal and handle his emotions. I don't disagree with his stance on marriage. I think his reasoning sound dumb, but that nigga need a hug, bro. Ask one of these ladies. Man, just give him you know what? Often give him a bro hug. Just the one hand on your side, bro. Side. You're gonna be good. Boy, that's how you hug a male friend. You don't give him the full, you give him the one. Right? Or you give him the right, and then you pat him on the back, right? Keep it locked in. Keep it locked in right there. I got you. Now, you give him one of those, man. Let him feel like he part of the crew. So
the reason that you feel this way is because of the things that you read and self-talk.
Yeah.
Because if you tell yourself this all the time,
they switch the whole
negative experience with women, and you carry that on, you're gonna believe that in every relationship. What you have to do is that you have to start telling yourself a different story.
Stay positive.
You have to start telling yourself, I'm going to be married.
And
they motivating them.
I don't even know what to say right now.
Stay positive.
First of all, they're not premonitions. Those are called like thoughts.
Believe in yourself.
Could or could not be realistic and reasonable, and could or could not be like an anxious future thought. So there's that. And then the way they're delivering this like think.
Yeah, that's what it is. He's insecure, bro. I don't know why you're trying to overcomplicate it. He's been hurt before, and he believes all women are the same, and that he's going to be hurt by all women. Instead of actually analyzing maybe his choices in females, maybe that he's not a good choice of character, like a judge of character, right? A whole plethora of things. But it seems like he doesn't sound different from one of the girls that come in and get interviewed, tell you how much they got hurt, and all guys are the same. And of course, men don't do this. And that's what he sounds like, right? And he's like, he needs to just work on himself. Maybe do some more soul searching. It just goes to show you that even when you're successful and have money, maybe it still doesn't mean that you'll find happiness, right? Or even that you know what the hell you're talking about. He has a whole podcast giving advice to men, and this nigga still feels this insecure. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Positively, bruh. Like that
is wild to me.
It is true that the way you think about yourself motivates the way you behave, and the way you think motivates your behavior. So if you're constantly thinking, I'm not good enough, there's no way a girl's ever going to love me, I'm definitely never going to get married, I'm going to get divorced for sure, that could become a self-fulfilling prophecy, because those constant thoughts influence your behavior.
I'm going to stay married, and you have to start looking forward to the woman that you're going to marry. Before I got married to my wife, every day, and people probably think I'm crazy, but I don't care. I manifested it. And the reason and how I manifested, because when I would fly on an airplane by myself, I would envision me and my wife traveling together. I would already think about what me and my wife are going to do.
You want
our children, and you want it.
Yeah, but if you're with somebody, okay. But everybody can just fantasize, oh, it'd be so nice to have a girl with me right now. Like,
if you want it and you see it, you believe it in your heart, you pursue it, then you will pursue.
I think that he giving him the wrong information. Officer Tatum is not giving him some proper stuff. Fam, all you doing is going to make this dude even more of a something he already is. He needs to fully love himself. He needs to believe in himself, love himself, all that stuff. And he ain't going to do that. Sitting here to him, of course they're going to leave me. Of course. That's what women do. They're just going to divorce me. Nigga, you need to get some confidence. Go work out or something. Nigga, something. It's just crazy how you successful and you still feel this way. Right? It just goes to show you that success is only one part of the thing. If he doesn't love himself beforehand, it ain't never going to work out in the long run.
Pursue it with an open mind, and you'll pursue it with the idea that this is going to work for me. Women, like you say all the things about yourself. There's some women that love all of that. Some women don't like a guy like me. They like a guy like you. They like a guy that's funny, a guy that's a self-starter. All of the things that you have that are qualities. There's women out here that like that. If you were a nerdy guy with glasses on and you were geeky and you were into tech, some woman out there loved that guy.
I feel like that guy is more likely to get divorced than a guy like you.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
I don't know.
Why?
That's not true, because love is love, man. Some people love people that they resonate with.
Derek Manx one donated $99. Officer Tatum, glad to see you on here. Men with integrity like yourself will not accept the lifestyle of girls. It is sad to me to see the way society is moving. Ladies, think better of yourself.
Yo, Derek, very good to see you.
Yo, guys, Derek just donated $100. Where's Derek in my chat? Huh? Where's our Derek?
Wow.
Where's my...
Oh, that sounded really cringe. Hunter, I guess that's a joke. That sounded... Yo, when I hear people get a big donation, the first thought that comes to my mind is good for them. Right? I was actually more trying to hear what Derek had to say. This guy's this is a thing that pops in his mind is, I want that money. Where's somebody giving me money? All right, bro. I think you probably streaming for the wrong reasons, nigga, but just me. Like people, they're not obligated to donate to you, man. They do it because they want to. They feel like you're entertaining, or man, maybe they just have it. I don't think that's something that's mandatory, like he's trying to make it. But that's pretty cringe, Hunter. You probably shouldn't do that. My personal opinion, right?
Derek in my chat. Yo, guys, Derek just donated $100. Where's Derek in my chat? Huh? Where's our Derek? Where's my Derek?
You back in the chat, man. Welcome back.
All of y'all are you're just money to him. That's it. You're just money to him. It's pretty nasty, but
thank you so much for your message. Appreciate it. Also, I feel like, man, I really shouldn't have brought the conversation there of my own self-assessment of and perhaps I'm being a bit hyperbolic there. Is it plausible that I could marry a girl and not get divorced? Of course. I want to try to redirect my argumentation on this a little bit, though. When it comes to marriage, what, from the societal point of view, because there's often a talk about, and I 100% agree with this, the nuclear family, very important. It's the best way to raise children. But let's say if we were comparing a married couple to a non-married couple that's monogamous, that stays together for life and has children, on a societal impact level, I don't see the difference. Like, what benefit from a societal aspect does there to me, there's no difference. And then on a
it doesn't have to have a societal benefit for there to still be benefits in the actual relationship. So for example, it's a societal benefit for there to be good functioning families, stable families. That's beneficial for the economy. It's beneficial for general behavior in neighborhoods and societies and whatnot. So that's a good benefit to have, right? That benefits society. So the first thing that Tatum could do here, if he wants to defend marriage, is bring up these statistics about how if you compare the happiness rates of couples who are living together, so they're monogamous, they're living together, versus couples who are also living together and married, the married couples are happier. They have more stability. They tend to do better. That's just how it is because of the depth of the commitment, most likely. So that's the first thing. And so if you think that having kids benefits society, which generally it does, or having stable families can benefit society, of course, then marriage can lead to better benefits because
it's crazy. Fam, you can do all of that without the actual documentation or any of his other bull crap that he's saying, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on. Like, I don't like the way that they're speaking on marriage. It's pretty much proving to me why getting the paperwork is pointless. Because if this is all you like put it to or put it under is, well, it's gonna make the other person feel more secure and it's gonna make you feel this way and it's gonna give you incentive to not mess up. And it's like, what? Like, it just sounds weird to me. Maybe I'm crazy.
Then you have the monogamous couple who's living together and has kids. Their relationship might not be as stable as the married couple who is monogamous with kids, simply because the commitment doesn't have the same depth.
Aspect. I don't see the difference. Like, what benefit from a societal aspect does to me, there's no difference. And then on a relationship level, I don't really see the difference between I'm going to stay with this woman for the rest of my life partner. We're going to have kids. It's going to be monogamous. There's not going to be infidelity.
See, look, even y'all talk about when I got a bigger donation from a famous rapper, right? You know, I'm gonna just say the name from Upchurch. Shout outs to Upchurch, man. Super dope, man. It was like really unexpected and came out of nowhere. I was doing a live stream at 2, maybe 3 in the morning. Like, me getting a donation wasn't even a thought, right? Me getting a donation is never really a thought for my live streams, right? Like, I've developed that to where if it happens, it happens, bro. I'm gonna just do my videos and put them out anyway, and like the edited content. But I live stream to get to know my supporters better and then like build our bond, right? So I don't like demand it. But like you said, what if when I got that donation, people started hating on me? Where's my donation from Upchurch? It's like, that's crazy. To me, that's crazy, and it was a blessing, bro. Right? But it's not mandatory. It's not mandatory. It wasn't something that like is demanded. So yes, I do think that Hunter was being disgusting when he did that. That was crazy. Straight crazy. He also said that y'all live in proof it can be done with no paperwork from the government. Yeah, right. Like, why not be able to build that bond without paperwork? Like, it makes no sense for someone to say that paperwork is necessary for them to be able to build a bond. That don't sound like you have an actual bond.
I don't see the difference.
Yeah, go ahead.
So actually, the reason why I put such high value on marriage is because of what I saw growing up with my mother and father, and how my father played. It was patriarchal. My mom stayed home. It was patriarchal based. Yeah.
No. Like
patriarchy based.
Based. Like, okay.
Okay. Oh, based. Yeah, got it. And now growing up, that's what I want from my particular family, and I think that
you want a patriarchal structure.
Yeah,
I get that Officer Tatum has more religious, like, I guess, reasonings, but he should just say that, right? Like, just say that and not all this other BS where it makes me, like, convinced. Damn near saying you trick yourself into doing the right thing. You should do the right thing regardless.
Oh, Brian. Oh, are we about to get a little bit of a OnlyFans live action here now? Oh, shit.
Oh, you don't need a marriage for that.
Right. You can be married under God without the government being in your stuff.
I think I do. Because
maybe you do. But I'm saying I failed to see.
Wait, what? You kind of do if you want a patriarchal structure, right? Like you're going to have a girlfriend who just quits her job and stays home and has kids, then you're saying, right? I don't know.
The difference between a marriage and a committed monogamous life partner. Like, what is the difference? Aside from observing a traditional thing.
Because I want my children to see that we made a commitment through church, because I want to make sure.
Oh, so it's a religious component.
It's a religious component.
Remove religion from it because.
Okay, that's fair then if it's for her personally religion.
As again, when it comes to marriage, that's not just a religious thing. No. It's also the state's involvement.
I agree that the state is involved.
Because atheist people or a-religious people or agnostic people can also get married.
Yes, I know that. But I think that for me.
I wonder what he would say then about gay marriage.
God played a really central role in my.
Why? What, Hunt? Why? Why would you need to know that? Why would you wonder that? Are you planning something? Do you want him to go to your wedding?
Upbringing, and I want my kids to be the same. And I think that house that has God in it has less discussion.
Yeah, I don't know why they hate on child
arguments. Has less. So that's why it's important for me.
But you can even not be married and still be religious. Like you could be a Christian and
but that would be going against their religion at that point, because I'm pretty sure it's against Christianity or whatever to outside of marriage, right? So they probably wouldn't live together first. He kind of is doing what's the difference? Here's the difference. Okay, I just took the difference out. Now what's the difference? We just told it to you, and now you're saying, well, what if it wasn't different? Then it would be the same, I guess.
Teaching your children Christian values and even then not get married.
Well, no, but I mean, it's specifically.
Yes, I understand marriage is yes, I get that. But
socially, I don't know. I mean, I think some people, there's some people talk about taxes. I cannot give you an argument for why you should get married outside of the religious motivation.
Oh, okay. Then just.
There you go. Then you should just say the religious thing and then that's it. It should be no more conversation, actually.
You're happier. People live longer. You're more likely to go to the doctor and whatnot. If you're feeling badly, you tend to drive safer because you have someone there who cares about you.
Hey, look, somebody just became Somebody just became a member of Hunter. I combined member and Hunter. That's hilarious. Someone just became a member of Hunter, man. Good for you. You see? You see how it's done, Hunter? You weird, bitter, envious ass fool. Yeah, there's a certain level of toxicity in here.
Feeling badly.
And then he don't even acknowledge the member, though. That's he begging, but he didn't even acknowledge the person that became a member.
You tend to drive safer because you have someone there who cares about you. Married couples, again, compared to couples that just live together, tend to be happier, more stable, and have more. There's also benefits you get.
Works for them. It works for them.
Kind of frequently, if you're in the hospital, members of the family are allowed to come in. That would include a spouse, but might not include just a boyfriend or a girlfriend necessarily. There are other benefits. There's also benefits that if you were to tragically and suddenly die or something, there are benefits then for how you can give your property to your spouse as well. So there are other avenues and other benefits.
You don't have to be married to do that, though, bro. You can write a will. You can literally just have everything handled before you pass, right? You can plan ahead. What's wrong with him?
Fits that are included there.
I mean, fair. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know that I'm not the voice of God.
I think it's really romantic that in front of all of your friends and family.
Hunter shouldn't be giving marriage advice when his wife wasn't even happy in their marriage. She rather had 5 guys. That tells me you were not what she wanted, bro.
You get up and claim each other, and then if you stick with it, it's like.
Well, it's almost, yes. It's
you haven't dreamed of your wedding day since you were a little boy?
No, that's. I think that's something women do. But
it's romantic, and it's not romantic. It's biblical. There's nothing.
It's really romantic. Hold on, let me just respond to that.
Okay.
Yes, it's really romantic that you can make this commitment in front of all your friends and family, and it's also very pathetic when that commitment means nothing. When your wife goes and sees a divorce attorney, and you end up getting divorced, and all your friends are like, "Wow, I was there to."
Okay, so he doesn't want to get married because he just doesn't trust women. Then That's his problem. It sounds like he's basically acknowledging that like, it's just going to be the woman. She's just going to want to divorce me because like women, dude, you know, that's just like what they do. They have the divorce gene, bruh. It's in their blood. Like that's what it sounds like he's saying right now. Like maybe you can work on being a really good partner so that she has no reason to get divorced. Like, I don't know.
Witness the vows that you said. I was there to see the words come out of your mouth. Till death do us part. Your words mean nothing. Good day, sir.
But why would I care about what anyone else? Me and my partner.
No, don't say that. Because isn't it also important that what everybody thinks or whatever when they all see you getting married? Wasn't that part of the importance?
That'd be stupid. That'd be dumb. But it sounds like a bunch of people that don't really have an idea on what really marriage even means, right? And they're just sitting here, just going back and forth.
A minute ago,
her argument.
Okay,
I'm addressing her argument.
Care about what anyone else. Me and my partner.
I'm addressing her argument.
Okay,
I'm addressing her argument.
Okay.
I'm not like,
Sorry,
fine, you can have your own thing. But she's saying, well, you get in front of all your friends and family, and then it's this commitment till death do us part. Your words have to mean something. And frankly, nowadays they don't, whether you're religious or not.
Maybe if you hate your last name.
Wait, what?
That's a reason, right?
No,
you hate your last name.
Yeah, but you can get a legal name change.
I have something to respond to you, Brian.
Okay.
If I plan to get married, I'm going in, like he said, till death do us part. I'm going to take the word very serious.
You say that.
Yeah.
You say that.
I do.
But how many
I know that shit does happen and shit might happen, and I'm hoping that it doesn't. But that's why
who knows if she means that. What if he changes and he's a whole different person? What if he turns into Ike Turner? Right?
Very deep conversation.
Oh shit! A donor is flaming Brian here. Brian, you're making yourself look weak. I was not that long ago in a relationship with a woman who I would call a unicorn. She was as close to perfect as you get. And I, me, myself, messed up, but at least I'm man enough to admit it. Oh, the real question is, what did she do with the unicorn horn, my friend?
A very strong conversations about having kids, about our healthcare.
What the hell is Hunter? What is he even? Why did this guy here, bro? This guy here.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
This guy's a loser.
One of us dies and stuff like
Power
that.
of attorney.
Exactly.
Yeah, he wound out.
Civil power of attorney.
Exactly.
You can give it to your girlfriend.
I know. But what I'm saying is that I plan to go that seriously, and that's why we have talked
but
about.
But you've not made a compelling argument to convince me.
Let me jump in.
The thing is, Brian, you like that
$50 to be put in your place by a fan. I'll be put in my place by a fan for $50.
That you're already going in with the narrative.
Am I wrong for not like? I'm starting to feel like I'm the only one. Am I wrong? Should I be more focused on money? Should that be like the end all be all? Am I wrong, man? I'm starting to feel like because I'm seeing a lot of other streamers and YouTubers really highlight and focus on it, and I feel odd now. Like they really just. Am I tripping? I've been thinking that things just work out, right? Like in the long run. Like, am I wrong? Like, why is everybody so? Damn, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm tripping. Yeah, that's so weird.
That someone's going to divorce you.
Because,
that's why you don't take it as that. That's why you.
I think every guy should think that that's a risk.
It's a gamble. Marriage is a gamble.
It's a worthy.
But hold on, it's not just a gamble. It's also there's a part of it that comes down to you as well, right? Now, if a marriage doesn't work out, it doesn't necessarily reflect poorly on you. Obviously, I don't think that me and my wife, since we came to the conclusion to divorce mutually and whatnot, it wasn't so much the same thing. But if you're like terrified of someone like divorcing you,
him sitting here giving divorce advice just sounds crazy to me. That sounds insane. Like what?
And then all of a sudden you're like finding out, you're getting hit with the divorce papers. A lot of that comes down to like, make sure that you're doing the best you can to be a good partner. For me and my wife, we were both doing the best we could. And the chemistry was just not there. And it was just, we were both so exhausted from trying for so many years and it was just not working out. And so we decided to just, go our separate ways and do so as gracefully and kindly as possible. But if you're like terrified of someone going behind your back and like filing divorce or something, like a lot of that you can try to mitigate by being a better partner and being a better version of yourself. So make sure you're mature and ready before you get married if you're scared of this like surprise thing. But again, also people change, people develop, people grow when they are married. And sometimes you end up growing apart and you grow into a different person who your spouse might no longer be attracted to, or maybe you're no longer attracted to her. These things can happen also.
Wait, so is Hunter admitting that him turning woke is what made his girl not want to be with him no more? So Hunter, so you being woke is the reason why she left your punk ass? That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, actually. She didn't think you was a punk at first. Now she like, oh yeah, this nigga soft. He was okay with me doing the 5 guy? He was fine with that? Oh yeah, nah. He not built like that. I can't be with this.
So I think that being aware of the risks are obviously important. You shouldn't go in all just blind-eyed with tunnel vision and hard eyes and all this shit. You should be aware that it's going to be take work and effort, but also this notion that it's like there is no way out. If this fails, you're done for. You will live the rest of your life unhappy and miserable and full of regret. Like, hold up. Divorce is definitely not something that should be taken lightly and just done on a whim. But if you've tried everything and the chemistry isn't there, or you've tried everything and it's just...
He revealing a lot about himself. He revealing a whole lot.
That's not...
That's what I always knew. Always knew that would be why she left him. That's facts. I definitely did. I tried to tell him. He thought I was joking.
Working out.
I tried to warn him.
You need to be able to give yourself grace and forgiveness and let yourself try to move on.
Investment. It's a worthy...
Every guy should think that that's a risk.
It's a gamble.
Yeah, but it's a worthy investment. It's a worthy risk. You say, what is the benefit if it goes well? It's the greatest thing that you can ever do as a man, in my opinion, is to be married to one woman. It's incredibly important for a man to be stable, for a man to have to not focus on all of this.
The greatest thing you can do as a man is to be married. Not be a good, partner. Nah. Raise your kid. I don't know. Do something that changes humanity. Maybe even saves humanity. Right? Be an actual hero. Be a good father. Be a good partner. None of these things. Having the ring with the ceremony and the paperwork is the most important thing as a man. Nah, that sounds crazy.
As a single man, it's very difficult. I remember when I was single, it was difficult, man. Everywhere is this woman eligible? This woman, I got to go to date. I got to spend all this money because I'm paying for the dates. And so with my wife, it's just way different. I came out here. I'm going to the hotel. I'm going to eat breakfast and I'm going home to my wife. I don't have to play no games. We ain't got to text back and forth. We don't need to do nothing. I mean, when I say text back and forth, meaning that, does she still like me? Do we like each other? It has created such an incredible value in my life. It's worth the investment.
Yeah, but Brian is going to be able to say that you could have that with a long-term girlfriend as well.
Investment.
You can. And it sounds like you got married just so you couldn't be insecure about text messaging.
And just like with a contract, nobody in here would just go off of words, right? You know, you have to sign a contract even when we came here. There's a contract for certain things.
Marriage is
right. And you don't want to just go off a word of somebody's word. That's not enough. In the what ifs, you will die doing what ifs. What if I started the podcast and it didn't succeed? And you could be out here just in debt.
Tatum is actually kind of making good points here.
No, he's not.
Never look back.
What are you talking about? No, he's not. And I like Officer Tatum, but he is not, bro. He's giving a bunch of reasoning that seems like it's based in insecurity. Well, I don't know if she's going to text me back and we're playing these text games. You shouldn't be playing text games if you're in a relationship regardless, bro. Like what? You're describing stuff from like the first few weeks of talking and comparing it to your years of marriage or years of partnership. That sounds ridiculous, bro. Right? You shouldn't need to be married for insecure reasons. You shouldn't need to be married because it convinces you to do the right thing.
Like, doing what else? What if I started the podcast and it didn't succeed? Right? There's a possibility the podcast cannot succeed and you could be out here just in debt and crying yourself to sleep every night. But the benefit of it actually succeeding far outweighs that risk factor in the beginning.
But so, I mean, you mentioned like all these things. You have your wife that you come home to and she's there. But I guess what I'm trying to bring it back to, like, I'm not advocating that men go and live these playboy lifestyles where they just run through women, they just sleep with women casually without any interest in pursuing something more serious or long term. That's not what I want. What I'm saying is that I could perfectly see myself having the things that you have, monogamy, long term, potentially children, right? I'm struggling to see when it comes to marriage, because all those things that you kind of listed, I could have a monogamous, long-term loving relationship with one woman my entire life without getting married.
Show me an example of that. Somebody that you know that has done
what?
You probably have one.
I do.
One.
What? Are you drunk? Was he is Tatum from the hood? That's a normal occurrence in the hood, bro. And like, damn, everybody had an auntie or uncle that had a long-term relationship with kids and anything without the actual certificates or marriage or anything, bro. Right? Like, I think you're bugging. That happens all the time, actually. All the time. That's a regular thing, bro. You're wilding.
But let me ask you,
how many do you have?
One.
Yeah, but how many examples? Yeah, but how many people do you know who have been divorced, right? Like you could.
And you can actually argue the opposite as well, right? So yeah, like, nah, that sounds crazy. He said, like, nah, you did a whole generalization as a use 100% accurate. And then when someone says, actually, no, I know that well, mother effer, you said like none at all, nigga. But yeah, there's a plethora. There's a plethora, fam.
Do the same thing. It's a shame he doesn't know those stats.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Everybody else, how many of you know that's just in a monogamous relationship, a committed relationship, and they've been together faithful to one another for a period of time, a long period of time?
My brother.
One, 6.
One. Zero.
And
zero.
So I know a ton of people that's in successful, great marriages and they're happy. And I also know people that have been divorced.
Absolutely.
But
because maybe that's the circles you run in. That's crazy. Yeah, I can't get down with what he's saying. I can't get down with what he's saying. He just minimalized that based off of what he asked from a few people in the room, as that was supposed to be a representation for like everywhere. That's crazy to me. But okay, I'm just going to disagree. I'm going to disagree.
And more than likely, the commitment, the investment into it is more important, and I think it means a lot more to two people. You're going to have a hard time getting a wife that's the one you want, that's okay with the up in the air stuff, because you could just leave her at the drop of a dime. She want to know that you're committed too. Yes. And I'm not saying every woman is that way, but when you sign that paper, you got a lot to lose, my man. It's less likely for you to walk away.
Which is exactly why I shouldn't do it, though.
No, that's why you should do it.
But you said you have a lot to lose.
Dumbest thing. That's the dumbest. We are telling men to walk into something that cannot be beneficial to them.
Yeah, you have skin in the game.
Yeah, there's two people going into it. It's a contract. It's a business. Now you're making it a business because you.
How many times and I agree. Yes, it is a contract, and you are making it a business. And how many times have the men in that situation ended up horribly, like done, like to where in this business he's the one that's taking the L, the only one that takes the L, actually.
I want it to be like that. What if
that's so hot, dude? It's like a business contract. Oh, talk dirty to me, mommy. Let's get married. Sign that contract.
She says that she.
I don't know why he keep doing this.
Yeah. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name.
She's like that too, and then later.
Are you saying that marriage is two people staying together under threat of a lawsuit from the other?
No. I'm saying two people.
The one lady at times. Yeah. Bitch, you leave me, I will see you in court, mother.
Stand together out of love and commitment to one another, and they have all of these qualities and benefits, even through the government, of being married. And they have their name legally changed. Like my wife is legally, her last name is Tatum. She is a Tatum. It's not hypothetical. It's not like she put a hyphen on it. She is by law legally her driver's.
Brother, I barely use my last name. This is my last name, Boy. BX. Middle name, Beast. Last name, Boy. She want to be Mrs. Boy? I barely use my last name. Be quite frank, I've been thinking about changing my last name for years. My father's a piece of shit. I don't want to carry him on. Especially if I do good things, I don't want that nigga name living in honor. Doesn't mean I don't. But no, serious note, like he's naming a bunch of stuff that don't got nothing to do with nothing. She could change your name. She could legally change your name without you doing that. And you're like, what?
Her license, her passport says Tatum. She's officially a part of my family.
Right.
But here's the thing. There are women who will go through all those steps. They'll change their last name. Mm-hmm. There's the marriage certificate, etc. And divorce
don't always work either.
So here's the thing. I feel like most people, when they get married,
lawyers who've been training and conditioned from childhood to be able to break prenups apart. They don't work like they used to. In order to get a prenup to work, you probably got to get the girl to sign that joint in front of you while you're filming with a witness while she's holding up her ID as she's signing with a lawyer right next to her. That'll probably be the only thing that's concrete, and they still probably find a way to get out of that. I've heard of NBA players having a prenup and it being like just thrown out in court because when the wife signed it, her reaction was, okay, whatever, I'll just sign it if it makes you happy, which is her signing under duress, which means that the contract will be voided. There's a whole lot of things. So yeah, you might be safer to just not do it. The best option might be just to never enter that, right? You can enter a bad situation, a potential bad situation with the potential of protection, or you can just not enter that bad situation and still reap all the benefits otherwise by just not doing the paperwork. You can even do a ceremony. You can wear rings if that's what you want to do, or a tattoo, whatever. But I don't think that it's necessary to do all that other stuff.
Aaron, hold on.
Yeah, but
and let the government in your ish. That's the biggest concern.
The thing that Brian is missing here so massively is why
turn your relationship into a business.
He seems to be like bewildered by this. And that's the problem, is the red pill stuff doesn't really offer very good answers, or it just tries to answer you by saying, well, it's because women are like kind of conniving and you're probably just like a pussy or something. Where in reality,
you can change your last name without ever doing other type of paperwork, right? I'm telling you, there's almost no reason to actually be married. Right? Unless you want to turn your relationship into a business.
A lot of the reasons that women initiate divorces is because men are not good with emotional support. So by knowing that fact, that's not something to look at and start wallowing about or getting upset about. Rather, now that you know, a lot of the times women initiate divorce because they don't feel emotionally supported. And why is this? This is because men oftentimes, unfortunately, are socialized not to express very many emotions. And if they do, it's...
Man, shut your ass up. Are you talking about yourself, bro? Is that why your relationship ended? Like, talk about that. You actually just got a divorce recently. Talk about that.
Like, kind of seen as a weakness. So men hardly have a good understanding of themselves emotionally. It's going to be incredibly difficult for them to have a good emotional connection and give a good emotional support to a woman if they can't even give that to themselves yet. Okay? So there you go. Now you know what you can work on to change. And now, because you know that, you can lower the risk of getting divorced when the time comes for you to get married, if that's what you choose to do. So again, I feel like a lot of this is like, he hasn't really given an argument. It's mostly just like, I'm scared. And he's right that there are risks involved, but he seems to not really have a good understanding as to why those risks are even there. And he certainly doesn't seem to have a good understanding as to how to mitigate those risks.
Alvin Sam donated 99.
You know better.
He'll simplify it. Marriage is designed for traditional breadwinners and not working partners. But the reality is that both parties must be financially independent. So that defeats the purpose of marriage. Marriage is outdated. Abolish it.
It's a business.
My whole thing, I mean, you're a businessman, right? You have a very successful YouTube channel. You're a content creator. And I'm sure, like, I've been doing content creation for 10 years. When you're in the content creation space, you do sponsorships, you're negotiating various contracts. Maybe you have people that work for you. So I'm sure you have to some degree, and maybe you have an attorney, but I feel like we start getting a little adept when it comes to, you've reviewed contracts and stuff. And I mean, as a businessman, you never sign a contract with someone who's rewarded for breaking it. And I feel like in today's day and age, women are rewarded when they break the marriage contract.
That's what we're told.
They're not really rewarded financially. Like even alimony, the whole thing about alimony is like, that's only if you aren't financially supporting yourself independently. And you don't just pay out alimony and let the woman live on alimony or something. She's only eligible for alimony if she is actively looking for work and looking for a job. And if she's not, if she's just sitting around being lazy and just cashing in checks or some shit, then the court can revoke her alimony. So again, the notion that it's just like...
Because why would a woman ever lie and make it seem like she is looking for a job for a long time period just to receive income? That never happens. And people don't go to like food stamp companies, whoever is in charge of giving out government assistance and blatantly lie to them about trying to seek employment to get benefits for years upon years. It never happens. Humans never lie, actually. That's a figment of your imagination. No lying exists. We live in a world where it's all happiness and people mean what they say. The fuck is he talking about, man? I'm about to turn this off, man. I'm at that point now. This shit seemed like just ignorance.
They're rewarded financially. Not really, because the reason alimony is paid is oftentimes because the woman might quit her job or give up working to, say, raise the kids. And so she has been losing money. She's not being rewarded for breaking the contract. She's just being reimbursed. Oh, you're getting a divorce. Okay, pay up now. Haha. No, it's based on how much wealth you lost or sacrificed in the process of the marriage, how long you were married, how financially dependent you were on the other person.
That's some bullcrap. Reimbursed is crazy. So is he going to be reimbursed for all the stuff that he contributed? Are you serious? Reimbursed, nigga? But that sound like it's all expense paid. Fuck you talking about reimbursed. His money gets spent to everything and then your non-existent money comes back? The fuck? So is he going to get reimbursed? So is he going to break you off some of that and then you break him off some so he can get reimbursed for all the things he spent for? That sounds dumb. That sounds mad dumb. Reimbursed? Whatever you gave to the relationship was whatever you gave, nigga. Fuck it, what? Turn this off, man.
Person exception.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm cool. Don't need no more. Okay. That's not reimbursed, man. That's not a reimbursement. It's not a reimbursement, bro. Like you was an employee, right? You was an employee. All right. So what's his reimbursement? That sounds crazy. Yeah, that's a fair exchange. What do you mean? It's like she doesn't have to worry about going to work, and then in return, she handles things at the home. What the fuck? I gotta pay you for that? Then you not a wife. You an employee. And if that's the case, what about all the things he did? Shit, if he's doing that, then that mean he should never have to worry about kids in any way, shape, or form. He don't got to go to no fucking recitals. He ain't got to go to no parent-teacher conference. That's all you going to get paid for it anyway, right? That's a job, right? Cooking, cleaning. He could literally just walk in and out. He could disappear for months because it's just his right. Like, that sounds crazy, bro. Like, reimbursed, nigga? He going to get reimbursed for his time? Right? All the money he spent, he's the one actually spending money. And you're telling me he has to spend more to be reimbursed? No, that don't sound fair. That don't sound fair. But that's just my opinion. Tell me what yours is down in the comment section. Hit the like button, all that good stuff. Straight crazy. Reimbursed. Nigga, that sounds ridiculous. What's going on, guys? If you want to see me live stream, there's two options right now, currently. But now I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. You can go and follow me on there. And I'm also going to be live streaming on Rumble. You can go over and follow me on there. If you want to get access to my live streams and be able to watch the playback, that is the best way. Twitch and Rumble. See you guys later.